Hello again and welcome back to another episode of Homebrewers Alley. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update on how that brew session went for the 10-gallon batch of the IPA. A couple quick notes. We did not end up dry hopping. Got a little bit lazy, but also I think because the whole hop profile was pretty strong, or whatever you want to call it. But there was enough going on with the flavor and aroma with doing that mix of the Chinook and the Amarillo at the 15-minute and the 5-minute there at the end, that I don't think it was really necessary. We got a really good aroma on the brew and it turned out to be pretty tasty. So dry hopping really wasn't necessary, so just decided to cut it all together. The final gravity for the two yeasts, the regular California Ale yeast dropped down to 1.010, and for that California 5 yeast that I have here that I'm drinking, ended up dropping down to 1.013. So what does that mean? Well, the California 5 yeast is not quite as high in alcohol as the regular California Ale yeast. There's a little bit of a difference there. I haven't done it on my calculator to figure out the exact final ABV, but no matter. The other difference is slight flavor difference. There wasn't a whole lot of actually flavor difference except for with the regular California Ale yeast. I think that the hop profile came through a bit sharper. And of course that one was a little bit drier too, since it's a little bit higher in alcohol. The California 5 yeast is a little bit more full-bodied and has a smoother mouthfeel than what the other one does. Both are excellent beers, but the California 5 yeast just has a little bit more body going on. Got some nice lacing that came out from that yeast. If you can see that on the side of the glass here. I'm not sure how well this lighting comes in, but man, it's such a good beer. I would say that California 5 yeast might be better suited for an Imperial IPA just because of the fuller body. Maybe something going along the lines of a Nugget Nectar by Trogs. Good beer, you should probably check that out if you can get it in your area. But this turned out very tasty, and I've been drinking a bit of it. So in regards to the forced carbonation, we did not end up filming that. We did force carb, but we didn't film it because we ended up kegging those two beers late in the evening. It was starting to get dark, and by the time we were finished, it was pretty dark outside and wouldn't be conducive to filming. So we'll have to do that on a future episode and show you guys how to force carb. Just to give you a basic idea, on the one that Jason took home, that was the one of the California, just general California yeast, WLP001. That one we ran at about 30 psi for probably a half hour to 45 minutes before he put it in the car and took it home. On mine, because I was just putting it in my kegerator, did force carb at 30 psi for probably, I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and then took it down, put it in the kegerator, and ran it at about 10 psi for the next 24 to 48 hours, I think, before I actually started drinking it. And at that point it was pretty well carbonated. In fact, I think had to cut it back just a little bit and blow off a little bit of the steam to take off some of the overcarb that was coming through at the beginning. But now it's got a really good carbonation going on, and a nice head that probably is about, I don't know, like a half inch when you first pour it, and then it settles down to what you see here as you start drinking it. The clarity came out really nice, even without doing any serious filtering. I mean, basically just transferred that directly out of the primary fermentation bucket and transferred it directly into the keg, and not any sediment or chunks floating around. Came out nice. I don't know how well that comes up on the screen there, but it's good beer. And those Magnum hops, they're higher in the alpha acids and higher in the IPUs, and it definitely gives a strong bitter IPA. So if you like a big IPA in bitters and big hop flavor and aroma profile, I would recommend that you go ahead and try this recipe out. I don't think that you will be disappointed. So I think that about covers everything for just this quick update on the beer. For future episodes, my next plan is to do a chocolate stout that I will secondary with raspberries. I haven't decided if I'm going to use fresh raspberries or raspberry puree quite yet. But hopefully that will all come together so we can get that on a future episode, along with a forced carbonation episode. And I'm also going to be creating another portable kegerator out of a cooler to use this summer, since I've got 2 kegs going on now that I want to have out in the backyard for a cookout party deal that we're doing here. And so I want to show you how to put one of those together. Makes it really nice if you're kegging and want to take your keg to a picnic or party and keep it cold. So I think that's about it for now. In the meantime, remember, relax, don't worry, and have a homebrew, and we'll catch you next time on Homebrewers Alley.